Welcome to the Concrete Hood Podcast, where we delve into the real stories and experiences of those living in urban communities across this country. From the grit and grind of inner city life to the inspiring stories of individuals overcoming adversity, we explore the diverse cultures, struggles, and triumphs of the people who call these communities home. Join us as we speak with community leaders, artists, activists, and everyday people who are making a difference in their neighborhoods. We'll discuss the social and political issues that impact our communities and highlight the positive initiatives and programs that are changing lives. So, whether you're from the city or the suburbs, we invite you to join us on this journey as we navigate the concrete hood together.
You tuning in the Concrete Hood Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Got a special guest today, a real Chicagoan. Got a real story today. As we always do, introduce my boy Castro. Castro, IBF.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, bro?
Coolin', bro.
Man, it's a pleasure, man.
It's always a pleasure.
Back.
It's always a treat when players meet.
You know how it go. Man, man, I appreciate the love, man. I gotta say that first. Always, man. I gotta let that be known, man. You could have been anywhere in the world, man, but you here with us today. That's how that go. Man, so I mean, we've been kicking it, we've been watching the game, man. You've been talking crazy about my people now. Come on, GSW, man. I'm rooting for Golden State, man. He going for the Lakers, man. But we just been chilling, laid back, kicking it.
Yeah.
We got the youngest with us. We got Baby Straw in the building. You know what I'm saying? Up and coming, Stephen Curry.
Hoop star.
Stephen Curry. We ain't gonna say LeBron. You ain't no up and coming LeBron. You're up and coming Steph. Know that. You want to be as good as Steph. That's what that means.
But you want to be like Steph or LeBron? Smart man. Fine, bro.
Okay. I mean, we have to let him speak for himself on that one. Man, that it wouldn't be nothing wrong with being the next Kobe.
No, nothing wrong with that.
All right, man. So it's a privilege. Let's dive in.
Let's go.
Let's get into some facts, man. Some real story and from a real Chicagoan, man. Man, we're gonna kick it off, man. Just let us know who you are, man, where you from.
I'm Castro, man. I'm from the east side, Woodline area. 63rd to like 63rd, 64th, 65th, from Stony all the way to Cottage. I was born and raised in that area. Family still stay in that area. And all through that, born and raised, went to Carnegie, went to Hyde Park. But yeah, man.
You and Steph went to school together.
Yeah, me and Steph went to school. That's why I met Steph at. Yeah, I met Steph at Hyde Park. That was
what grade you and Steph meet?
I was a year older than him, so I actually went to Hales first. Okay. Got kicked out of Hales.
Okay.
And went to Hyde Park. And Steph was my sophomore year. I got there, and Steph was there already his freshman year.
You played ball?
I did, but I didn't play class, so I didn't hoop on the Hyde Park. I hooped on Hales my first year, but I didn't hoop in Hyde Park because I didn't even attend class at Hyde Park.
Okay.
So yeah.
How was Hales? What was the difference between Hales and Hyde Park? I know Hales was all
structure.
Yeah, facts.
Structure. It was all boys, and the freedom I had at Hyde Park, I couldn't get at Hales. Like I was still doing my work and everything. Like you gotta understand, like they don't have it no more. Back then they had off-campus lunch at Hyde Park. So from third period to like I think seventh period was lunch. So from third, I go to the first, second, like that was the only class I went to. First, second period, homeroom. Then lunch start, I'm outside. Or I'm in the lunchroom.
63rd, 64th, 65th, 63rd, 64th, 65th, or what? What areas?
I used to be on Ellis. And I came up on like Stony and Woodline. You know what I'm saying? So I was born on my grandma and they still stay on 64th and Stony.
Okay.
That's where I was like grew up at, a building I was raised in. By the time I hit like my teenage years, I started hanging with Stony to Woodlawn. Then, like in high school, I started hanging on Ellis.
What they call that area?
Joe City. Yeah.
Joe City popping. That's a big name out here. That's a big fucking name.
It's a big area too.
Yeah.
Big area.
MUBU.
Yeah, that's my homie. That's the record label.
It's the label.
That's the label.
When you jump off into the music, what?
Man, shit. I was in county jail.
What year?
When I started rapping, I had been in there 2004. My first bid was 2004 to 2010.
Okay.
But they had moved us out of Division 11 and made Division 1 max. And in Division 1, if anybody ever been in there,
yeah, bars.
It's bars and I'm like your day
catwalk.
Probably this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Niggas used to go and sell zero.
Okay.
And beat on the wall.
Yeah. Facts.
So we just freestyle. We had some dudes. Division 1 ain't like no other division.
Facts. Only division.
My homie was a breed. To this day, I still fuck with him too. He was like, man, you kind of decent. You should do that shit. So I started writing.
Yeah. Decent too.
I started writing.
I didn't even know my boy was rapping.
Yeah,
I had to start digging and see what's going on. I say, do his 1, 2, too.
Yeah, man. I used to want to be a rapper at one point in time. At one point in time, I used to.
What encouraged that though?
I ain't gonna lie. By the time I came home 2010. Folks in them was rapping. My homie Pac was rapping. Lou was rapping. Woo was rapping. Snow was rapping. Like all my homies was rapping. And my homie Low, they had a studio on the block. When I left, niggas wasn't rapping. Like Chicago niggas didn't rap before I got locked up. We wasn't you know what I'm saying? Everybody raps. That's some new shit. Like niggas only like the West Side Twist and them probably rap or something. So by then I had been writing for so long.
Okay.
Because I was locked up. I came home, like, fuck it, folks are doing this shit. And like I say, Pac was like, he was with LEP at this point.
Okay.
And Lou was like known for rapping. So I was like, fuck, I'm rapping folks.
Yeah, Lou. We talking about King Louis, right?
Yeah.
Got it. He come with that shit. He been coming with that shit, man, for a minute now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lou helped put the city on the map. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we want to get that respect too, man. We always want to give respect to our people, man, who doing things and trying to do something different here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if it's got something to do with leaving the streets and acting crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So MUBU, the label.
Yeah, MUBU Gang is that's folks label. He came up with that. That's little shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What does it stand for?
Man up, band up. MUBU is man up, band up. Basically, what folks' definition would be a man about every situation and get your money.
Okay. What does the IBF stand for?
Imperial Black Family. Something I came up with while I was incarcerated on my first bid. And it's just in my mind, it's like it's like a movement. It's like everybody involved, we move together, we eat together. You know what I'm saying? Everything, we a family.
A family.
You know what I'm saying? So
man,
built on loyalty and trust.
I hope I'm part of that family, man.
We family.
Shit. I hope I'm initiated up top, man. Whatever it takes, Yeah. So we start rapping. We encouraged to rap 2004. How long? What was that bit? How long was that bit?
6 years. My first bit was 6 years.
2004 to 2010.
Yeah.
You come home 2010. When you drop 2010, you in the studio.
Yeah, it was a studio on the block. Everybody was in that bitch.
Woo.
Yeah, Woo.
You.
See, by then, when I came home, folks them had been rapping. You know what I'm saying? They had been making, you know what I'm saying? Folks them had some traction in this shit.
Okay.
So it kind of inspired me to say, man, folks, I've been, I'm incarcerated. I just doing all type of shit. I learned how to cook. Oh. And, you know what I'm saying? I didn't learn, and you know what I'm saying? So it was
you learn how to take care of yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
Have to.
You got to.
Yeah.
So it was like, I'm like, man, shit, I'll be rapping this shit too. Both of them never take me serious, though.
No, but shit, that shit I've been listening to, man, that shit, you gotta take that shit serious.
It was like folks really rapping, but when I first came home, folks was like, folks know you ain't rapping. I'm like, no, because I didn't rap before I left. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you taking it serious?
Now, but
no. At the time, 2010, you taking it serious. That's where we at. 2010, you taking it serious. You know, what's that like? You know what, you making music, you making videos. We see you, honey niggas, DC swag, hard body.
So when I made shit like that, hard body, that was some shit I made like on the block in the hood. I really didn't how can I say this? I really didn't see myself. Like I was just doing shit. I was trying to see like that shit. I was like, I want to hear myself. You know what I'm saying? Let me just see how this shit look and sound. You know what I'm saying? When 100 niggas and I started doing that shit, that was when like I was like, damn, I want to do this shit because I had got a reaction from it. I shot a real video for it. Then I had some niggas from Atlanta like putting paper behind me. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh damn, I want to do this shit. And this before like shit, like folks even really like blew up. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, damn, I want to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that rap shit was definitely a dream at one point in time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That stretch, 6 years, what that was about?